Okay, welcome to the continuation of the review. This is question 2 on the first page. It says, what is the approximate square root of the rational number 0.38 or 38 hundredths? Well, since we're not using a calculator for this activity, we have to figure out a method that's going to allow us to figure out what number multiplied by itself gives us decimal 38. And the best way for us to attack this problem is to actually look at it in its fraction form. So instead of looking at 38 hundredths as decimal 38, we're going to look at its 38 over 100. And again, we're going to ask ourselves, what fraction, when multiplied by itself, gives us 38 hundredths? Now, when I look at it and I put it that way, it makes it a little bit easier for us to see. I said, what fraction multiplied by itself? Well, if we look at it, because the denominator is 100, we know that's going to be 10 times 10 gives us 100. So our denominator is going to be 10. And when we look at our numerator, we have to say, well, what number multiplied by itself gives us 38? And what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to approximately estimate what that value will be. So it's not going to be exact, it's going to be an approximation. And since we know, and I'll put a little number line here, the square root of 36 is 6, and the square root of 49 is 7. The square root of 38 is probably going to go right around here somewhere, around the 6.2 range. That's our estimation for what its value is. So 6.2 times 6.2 will roughly be 38. So we're going to put 6.2 up here. So now that we have this, the square root of 3800, what number when multiplied by itself is 38 hundredths? Well, it's 6.2 tenths. So the answer can be, although it's not very proper, 6.2 tenths. A more proper form of that would be to create an equivalent fraction out of 100, which is 62 hundredths. Those are equivalent fractions. And if we have that, we can now take that and translate that to a decimal, because I can read it as being 62 hundredths, write it as a decimal, and I have my answer, which is 0.62. Now, if you don't believe me, if I take a calculator and say, okay, what is the square root of decimal 38? And I take my square root button, I hit it wherever that is here. I don't have it. That's not good. I'll do it reverse then. 0.62 times 0.62 should give me 0.38, and it gives me 0.3844. So pretty darn close. Just to ensure that you do know it's an estimation, we'll put the dot above the equal sign to show approximately equal to.